Yeah, like I promised, we're gonna take a look at the Bob Ross 2-in-1 easel to see if it's the best easel for your wet on wet landscape paintings. Let's go. Hey, what is up, all you awesome painting people? Wild here to help you become bigger and better with your painting adventures. If this is your first time here, you need help with tips, tricks, tutorials, how-tos, or product reviews, just like in this video right here, do me a huge favor and hit that big red subscribe button down below. This video is gonna be all about the Bob Ross 2-in-1 easel, what's good about it, what's bad about it, and most importantly, is it worth your money to get one yourself? But before we begin, this is in celebration of me hitting 10,000 subscribers on this channel, so thank you very much. In addition to doing this review as getting to that accomplishment, I also want to give a huge quick shout out to one of my best friends that started his own small business that wanted to sponsor this video right here. Salt River Ranch is the premier place to get your meats and jerky. It's family owned and operated, and they believe it's important for you to know where your meat comes from, how it was raised, and who it was raised by. And let me tell you, the jerky's fantastic. If you're wondering why I'm only holding up one bag, it's because I gobbled all the others down right when I got them. And you can gobble yours down too. If you buy 3 bags and use the coupon code WILDJERKY, you get your 4th bag for free. And let me tell you, it's delicious. The flavors are all great. It's fresh in your mouth, it's refreshing, it's filling, and it's healthy for you. In fact, I'm starting to get my cravings going on again. I haven't had jerky in 30 minutes now, and this bag's looking pretty good. I need the jerky. It's been like 3 minutes. Oh my gosh, get my mouth. Oh, so much better. So do me a favor and my friend a favor and help out his small business by using the coupon code down in the video description below. And now back to our video. When you first get your Bob Ross easel sent to you, it's really easy to assemble. Just a few pieces, some screws and some bolts, and you're up and running. But the first thing you're gonna notice about it is how almighty the thing is. I really love the ergonomic design to it because it actually throws the canvas out a little bit from the base, allowing it to be parallel with the feet, which means you can stand far away and have wide strokes, but also allows you to get closer to the canvas without having to lean over your base, allowing you to do finer detail work for your landscapes. The Bob Ross easel is an all-steel construction with non-skid protective feet to help protect your flooring. Has a 2-in-1 design that allows it to be converted into a tabletop easel or a display for your finished products. Has adjustable heights with a maximum height of 83 inches and a minimum height of 71 inches. The base depth is right around 24 inches. When you install the shelf is 48 inches wide. This allows you to store your paints, thinners, and brushes all nicely and organize them so that way you can have a more streamlined process when doing your landscape paintings. The Bob Ross 2-in-1 easel can hold a max canvas of 24 inches. The Bob Ross easel is normally listed around 250 USD, but it has a listed price of $300+, but to be honest, I really only ever see it around 250 USD. The Bob Ross 2-in-1 easel is kind of like the creme de la creme, the shining jewel of the Bob Ross company, but is it really? Let me share with you what's good and what's bad about this easel. Also felt very fancy that I actually may have nailed creme de la creme. When it comes to the pros of the Bob Ross 2-in-1 easel, the first pro is the fact that it really is lightweight. It's easy for any artist of any age to assemble and move around from desired place to place or location to location. The design of the Bob Ross easel is actually fantastic if you like to stand while you paint. It can accommodate many people of different sizes with the adjustable legs. I personally love how tall it can go. For me, it's fantastic. I'm 6'2" and I actually really love to paint high and work my way down to right around my eye level, but the fact that you can adjust the legs makes it fantastic for whatever you like to do. The top half of the easel allows the angle to be adjusted to eliminate glare. Awesome bonus if you like to work within pastels. you can actually adjust the easel to a negative degree. So when you work with your pastels and the shavings and residue fall off, it's not gonna fall on top of your canvas, it's just gonna fall straight down, which is huge for all you pastel people out there. That's just a little side note. I doubt anybody watching this video is working in pastels, but if you do, hey, that might be something important for you. The mounting ledge is perhaps one of my favorite things about the Bob Ross easel. Allows you to easily paint the bottom of the canvas without hitting a shelf or ledge, like you see on many, many, many other easels that are A-framed or even H-framed. I have this problem all the time. Bob Ross easel, you do not have that at all. The mounting ledges also come with additional support screws to help keep your canvas locked in position, so that way it doesn't rotate or get pushed in or pulled out, or just pop out in general when you get a little more aggressive with your brush strokes. So I mean, that sounds pretty good, right? Yeah, well, let's get into the cons, because sadly, there's a lot of them depending on the type of painter you may be. Firstly, this easel is pretty freaking noisy. The 2-in-1 design allows for more rattling and shaking going on. They should just eliminate the 2-in-1, because to be honest, it's pretty pointless. This should just be a really good standing easel, and they should just leave it there. When you get this easel and you find the standing position that you like to be at, I really recommend lock it off. Tighten and screw down everything as much as you can, because this really will eliminate a lot of the sound. Even though the easel is sturdy, if you're a passionate painter like me, you're gonna notice that it wiggles a little bit. You actually have to add weight to the base of this easel. And to be honest, you'll actually see Bob Ross do this in his. He actually adds a cinder block to the base of his easel to make sure that it stays in position and doesn't move or wiggle around. Another huge flaw about this easel is it actually has the worst leg design of any easel I've ever seen. The push-in adjusters are kind of cheap and are prone to break, which is actually a common problem with a lot of reviews on this easel. In fact, actually happened to my first easel, and I had to send it back to get my second one. In addition to the cheap adjusters, I always notice 1 in 4 legs always seems to be off by a little bit, no matter what height position I have it in. You always have one leg that kind of wiggles, so that way your easel isn't always flush with the ground, which means it's gonna wiggle and shake just a tiny bit. The only way I've been able to correct this is, sadly, adding a little bit of cardboard to it. When you get to the upper half of the easel, since it's a 2-in-1 design and it slides into those posts there, if you're painting the top of your easel and putting a little bit of pressure, you're gonna notice that your easel actually shakes and wiggles a lot because of where it mounts into that 2-in-1 position. This is a horrible design because it shakes so much. If, again, you're a passionate painter like me, and it also really sucks if you plan on making any type of, video content for your social media accounts or YouTube or whatever, because it makes additional noise. Another negative. The Bob Ross 2-in-1 shelf comes with a wide storage shelf and organizing shelf that you can use for your thinners, brushes, and paints and all that fun stuff, which is great. However, the shelf is cheap and flimsy because it's made of particle board. Not sure why they did this. I'm sure it's for shipping because it's way lighter. But I feel like in today's market, this should be a thicker material, a plywood or something wrapped in a nice plastic or mylar or something that's gonna make it strong and sturdy, so that way it doesn't feel so flimsy when it's on your easel. Something that I find stupid about when you have to adjust the angle of where your canvas would mount in is the actual bolts for the angles are on the inside where the wing nuts where you make adjustments is, which is stupid, which means you have to get behind your easel to make adjustments, which means you can't see where the glare would be eliminated from. On every other easel I've always owned, the adjusters for the angles are on the outside so you can make adjustments while looking at your canvas. That seems like a really weird choice. The additional mounting screws, even though they're nice, they're kind of old technology. When this easel came out, staple back canvases were kind of the only thing that were really popular and on the market at the time, but as times have changed and different art has become popular, gallery wrap canvases are one of the most popular things, and they look fantastic when they stick out from the wall. However, I don't like screwing in to the frame of the actual canvas because it's destroying the canvas material. It's also putting holes in there, which means I have to patch those up and paint over them so that way they're not noticeable for when it hangs on my wall. I think it's an old school dumb design. So you have to think about that if you're the type of painter that plans on working with gallery wrap canvases. Now there is a workaround with this, but we'll save that for another video. All right, time to come to the meat and potatoes. Do I recommend this product? And it's always hard to recommend a product that does have so many flaws because it seems like I'm a sellout and I just want you to use the affiliate links. But the honest answer is, I do recommend this easel for two types of painters. Number one is if you're a Bob Ross enthusiast and fan and you love doing his style of painting, it's great. It's fantastic, even with all the flaws, because they are correctable. Number two would be is if you like to do standing painting and again, like to work on the wet and wet style, it's fantastic. Since it's got that parallel plane with the feet, you can stand super close and super far and have wide strokes, and it's fantastic. And all the flaws are correctable. I've fixed most of these by doing a little DIY work. In fact, I should probably make a video on that. If that sounds interesting to a lot of you people out there and you plan on getting this, I do want to help you out, so do me a favor and comment down below, because that probably would be beneficial to a lot of people out there now that I think about it. Oh my gosh, it's so hot. Why do I always do these videos when it's like 90+ degrees in Southern California? I'll never learn. When it comes to recommending the Bob Ross easel, I have one problem that's really hard for me to recommend it for people, and you know, the honest answer is it's the price. I actually don't think it's worth $250. There's many other easels that do just as good a job as this and are multitaskers that I would probably recommend, unless you're one of those two painters I mentioned prior in this video. It's just not worth $250. I feel like you're paying way up. If it was at 200 or below, then I would say, yeah, snag it for sure, because like I said, you can correct a lot of the issues. If I had to rate the Bob Ross easel out of 5 stars, I would say it's 3.5 stars max, maybe even 3. It really needs a version 2.0. Hey, Bob Ross Company, contact me. We'll make a Wild Ross version of this with better adjustable legs to give you a better range in locked off positions. It could come with a sturdier shelf, or maybe even 2 shelves, you know, like a double tier, which would be fantastic for your brushes and paints and all the other mediums that have come into the market. Also, it needs something that holds the canvas even better without damaging it for today's type of painter and all the different surfaces we paint on. There's a lot of things that could be adjusted for a version 2.0 that would make this thing so freaking dope. But like I said, we can correct them, which will come in our next video. If you guys like this video and you want to see more product reviews, I know this was a huge in-depth one, but since it's a lot of money, I feel like, hey, it's worth 5, 10, 15 minutes of your time to see if it's gonna be the right move for you. And if it is the right move for you, you can do me a huge favor. Cost you nothing. Use the affiliate links down below if you purchase your Bob Ross 2-in-1 easel, because that helps support my channel so much you don't even know. Hey, and while you're down there, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, click that bell so when you're notified, and also leave me a cool comment. Let me know how good my hair still looks, even though I'm sweating balls right now. I go through a lot to get you guys these awesome videos, all right? If you're interested in watching any other fantastic product reviews from me, gonna put them over here to the side, and I recommend you check them out because they're fantastic. Wild wishing you the best of luck, keep those paintbrushes wet and clean, and express yourself a little bit, and I will see you next time. Take care, and of course, peace. So hot.